The next question: does Patibhaga Nimitta arise suddenly or gradually? What are the do's and don'ts and consequences to make Patibhaga Nimitta arise? What?
Patibhaga Nimitta arise for some meditators suddenly or very quickly, depending on their parami. Our Bodhisattva Hatibala, when he was renouncing his household life, when he arrived Gingi River, as soon as he saw Gingi Wada Kasina suddenly appeared. And he practiced all 10 Kasinas, 8 ademons, and 5 mundane sex powers. Within 3 days all finished. Is it good? This is because of his previous parami. In every existence he always renounced. He kicked behind everything. Husband, wife, children, sons, daughters, mother, father, all requests he kicked behind. He never returned back to his home. Very good. Oh, very wonderful. And then he practiced diligently samatha, especially occasionally vipassana. Occasionally means if he meets with Buddha's dispensation, he practiced samatha, 5 mundane sex powers, and vipassana up to Sankharupaka Jnana stage. The formation's equanimity knowledge stage. This is his habit. Again, he also learned 3 Pitakas by heart under the Buddha. He purified his 4 types of virtue. He practiced 13 Dudanga practice, ascetic practices. He stayed in the forest. This is his practice under the guidance of Buddha, especially from the Jivingara Buddha up to the Kassapa Buddha. 9 times he ordained as a bhikkhu under the guidance of Buddha. In every existence as a bhikkhu, he practiced in the same way. Because of this reason, his parami became slowly matured. Some meditators also I had seen, I had heard. Some meditators, within one sitting, they can see this Patibhaga Nimitta. This is because of their previous parami only. But some meditators must practice diligently. You already understand. 5 nivarana you must not do. Do you remember 5 nivarana hindrances? Number 1, Kamechanda nivarana, attachment to sensual objects, homesick, etc. Number 2, Vyabhada nivarana, anger, hatred. I don't want to see her. I don't want to see him. Such type of attitude must not have. Number 3, Tina Meda Nivarana, sloth and topa. This is also one problem. Then number 4 is Uddhacca Kogocha, restless and remorse. Number 5 is Vijigaccha, doubt. So these 5 hindrances you must not do. You must do is you must concentrate on your anapana object only. This is your responsibility. While walking, while standing, while sitting, while lying down, in every bodily posture you must focus on your anapana meditation object only, or kasina object. if you are practicing Krishna. So your meditation object is very important. You must focus on your meditation object only. This is you must do. But what are some common mistakes by beginner meditators? I want to explain here some important facts. If you practice, so in this case, what are some common mistakes by beginner meditators? Number one is a meditator must cut his faculties. He must not try to see every object. He must not listen to every speaking. He must not open his nose. He must not open her mouth. He must guard her bodily sensation. He must guard her mind. So, while practicing samatha and vipassana, they must guard these five controlling faculties. If they cannot guard these five faculties, then through these five faculties, many defilements, many hindrances will rise in him. Number two common mistake is talking. Talking produces restlessness, uddhacca. Some talkings produce remorse and worry. So talking is not good. Talking with telephone, this is also not good. Is it good? Maybe if you talk with telephone, many problems, many news will inform to you. Is it true? If these news are bad news, they will stimulate your mind again, then you cannot meditate. Is it true? So, please stop. Do not talk by telephone. Please stop not to talk. How you should stop? Please put here, noble silence. Is it good? Very good. Oh. Number three common mistake is doubt. While practicing anapana, for example, some meditators, when concentration develops, they feel that their breath is disappear. Some meditators think, oh, there is breath or not. They have a lot of doubt. Then some meditators, when they see nimitta, they think, this is real nimitta or no? Sometimes they saw some light around their face or little bit distance. Whether this is nimitta or not, so they have a lot of doubts. So such doubts are not good. So this is also common, one of common mistakes. Number four common mistake is touching point. While practicing anapana, there is very important rule. There is one very important rule. Bhutta bhutto gasepana satin chapitawa bhaventa seva bhavana sampichati. What is the meaning? On the touching point, you must put your mindfulness. Putting your mindfulness on your touching point, if you practice anapanasati meditation, then you can fulfill this anapanasati meditation up to the attainment of jhana stage. This is very important rule. So some meditators, while practicing anapana, sometimes they have a lot of doubt whether my breath is on the touching point or no. They do not feel touching point. At that time they have a lot of doubt. So because of this doubt, whether my breath is really on the touching point or not, they investigate a lot. Because of this investigation, their concentration decreases. Actually, when their concentration develops, at that time only the breath becomes subtle. When the breath becomes subtle, at that time they may do not feel touching point. But if they can concentrate on the subtle breath, no problem. At that time it is not necessary to search for touching point. But at that time they are touching point. This is problem. This is one type of common mistake. If they do not feel touching point, no problem. If they can concentrate well on the subtle breath, it is okay. Therefore, when the breath becomes subtle, they should focus on their own breath only. Do not move your attention from the breath object to any other object. The number 5 common mistake is they cannot differentiate with 4 elements meditation. This is another problem. While practicing Anapana, when the breath becomes very, very subtle, at that time breath is not too much clear. At that time they follow inside the nostril. Inside nostril, pushing is very clear. If they pay attention to the pushing, then very soon the whole area of their face or the whole area surrounding their nose begin hardness. Many tensions will appear. Why? If they pay attention pushing, very soon hardness will appear. If they focus on the pushing in hardness, very soon cohesion will appear. Pushing is wind element, hardness is earth element. Cohesion is water element. If they focus on these 3 elements, then very soon the whole face or the whole area of surrounding their nose will become hot and many tensions will appear. At that time they cannot breathe well. This is one type of common mistake. If a meditator pay attention to the hardness, pushing, hardness and cohesion, such type of meditation is 4 elements meditation, no Anapana meditation. So they cannot differentiate 4 elements meditation and Anapana meditation. Then another problem is when the breath becomes very, very subtle, at that time they emphasize a lot to see the breath. While emphasizing a lot to see the breath or to feel the breath, at that time they use their eye as well as they unconsciously bite both teeth. This is another problem. If they focus by their eye, then around their eye there will be also many tensions. This is one problem. If they unconsciously bite both teeth, then there will, around their face or around their nose, there will be also many tensions. So these tensions are pushing, hardness and cohesion only. This pushing, hardness and cohesion are 4 elements. Especially in this case 3 elements. So they cannot differentiate 4 elements meditation and Anapana meditation. This is also another common mistake. Another problem is another common mistake. Another common mistake is when the breath becomes very, very subtle, at that time they emphasize touching point a lot. Because if the breath is not clear, you must wait and see the breath from the touching point. This is instruction. Because of this instruction, they emphasize the touching point. The touching point is usually upper lip. If they emphasize upper lip, inside upper lip there are always 4 elements. They may see pushing, hardness, roughness, heaviness, or heat and coldness, or cohesion. These are 4 elements. So their mind from anabana, their mind change from anabana object to 4 elements object. This is another problem. So because of this reason, while practicing anabana, a meditator must differentiate, must understand the 4 elements meditations in anabana. He must be able to differentiate 4 elements in anabana meditation.